think you'd be different if you were born with a micro penis?
I would have died at 17. I would have taken Dad's shotgun and I would have fucking painted the wall of the garage.
Oh, just next to the family car, just blowing blood all over the fucking garage.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, and then my suicide note would say, "You know why I did it.
Right.
You know why.
You know why.
You did this to me." If you
have
like,
a Sharpie, you have it with an arrow pointed, saying this is why I blew my head off, with it pointing to your very small penis, and you've circled it in a black Sharpie.
Yeah, and then the paramedics get there, they're like, he cut his dick off and blew his head off. Oh my god!
And you like shrunk his balls in ice,
and everyone's
or
like,
something. You put them in salt.
The only thing anyone says is like, oh, the arrow's bigger than his dick.
Yeah, there's like a magnifying. They have a magnifying glass.
Like, oh, they killed the dog too.
Sheriff, they killed his dick.
They killed his dick too, Sheriff.
That's a micro penis.
Yep.
Yep.
Fixing to do something crazier than ever.
Yeah, I.
I was broke, stuck in the trenches, bro. Nah, these was days, these memories, man. It's a story,
that's
man.
Mine. That's
you know what I'm saying? Shit
Wait,
going on.
Talk about your body, I got enough dress for a party. Glock on head like Scotty. Top shelf, baby, this ain't over Scotty. I walked in and spent it, you know, and I got it. Nigga be chatting that fame, worry about it. I'm drinking D-up, baby, all on my body. She get up on top and then ride a robotic. She all on my body, I feel like I'm Gotti. Baby, like that, what you mean? I'm like, girl, don't go acting green. I put up 2 glasses and quit with the beam. Plus I'm on the beam, I put up, I'm fresh and I'm clean. Quit wasting time with you, water. Girl, I been ballin', I walked in, I ain't do no talking. Top about them prices, I might shoot her off. Pull up and serve my trap out the office. Pull up and serve you our trap out the office. I know that she bad and she gorgeous, she flawless. Crowd on me, girl, I smell like a boss. I'm just gonna tell you, I been put it on. Jump on the road, I'm gone. Baby like that, hope you won't take long. Blowing my phone, don't answer the phone. Girl, I been ballin' since I came home. I need a shot. Baby like you need to stop. Crack right red, come shot. Step on that porch, better not. Baby, I need me a shot. Baby, like you need to stop. Crack right red, come shot. You talk about your body, I got enough dress for a party. Glock gun head like Scotty. Top shelf, baby, this ain't no Scotty. I walked in this sprinter, you know, and I got it. Nigga be chatting that fair, worry about it. I'm drinking D-Up, baby, all on my body. She get up on top and then ride a robotic. She all on my body, I feel like I'm Gotti. Baby, like that, what you mean? I'm like, girl, don't go acting green. I put up 2 glasses in the quit with the beam. Plus I'm on the beam, I put up, I'm fresh and I'm clean. Quit wasting time with you, water. Girl, I been ballin', I walked in, I ain't do no talking. Talk about them prices, I might shoot her off. Pull up and serve my trap out the office.
Nigga Griselda, Conway the Machine, nigga. Let me see what I got. Whipped a half a brick, smell the white fumes. Shit on my neck, bright enough to light rooms. Leave a nigga body full of knife wounds. We tycoons, I'm a fly goon. Only smoking the best like Dizzer. Catch a bitch going through my pockets, I just might kill her. My young bitch 23, she dressed like Scissor. If I need a brick hook, I know the chef like RZA. Stacking all this cream, they tryna inspect the method. Youngest scoring on the ops, he about to set the record. I'm about to apply extra pressure. Rappers say they on my level, but I've yet to measure. Versace to my socks, boy, I'm extra fresher. Throw my gloves on, screw on the tech suppressor. They say you too passionate as a writer, but I don't give a fuck, that's what happened when you fire. You can't tell me that these rappers not inspired. Before Reject 2, niggas was rapping like designer. I'm that nigga if you have to just acquire, but you can visit my hood and go and ask if I'm a liar.
Y'all niggas don't want no beef. Y'all niggas won't bust no heat. Y'all niggas won't shoot police. Y'all niggas don't run no streets. Y'all niggas don't know what it mean to die or eat. Shit, I need the publicity. Nigga, I'm pop. All the fake Jews you wearing can't even rob you. You ain't hard, nigga. You just hard. Need the drugs to put you pussy aside. I be taking niggas' girls, but don't take it from me. Shit, you can ask Usher, you can ask Tyrese, you can ask Scott Storch. I don't pay for beats. You can ask the DA about the cases I beat. Nigga, I bogart the game. Who gon' stop me? Ratchet stay cocked, that's why I'm so cocky. Now, I ain't like these other cats. I don't be beefing, at least with nobody who heart still beating.
I'm on the level niggas never could measure. Walking right through these rappers like a metal detector. This a different hot, you can't compare hell to the desert. Fuck with me, you gon' need a vest, helmet, and heckler. Sat in my cell under pressure, still held it together. Niggas was broke to hit a bogey, they'd sell their breakfast. It's hard to tell who got your back. Niggas true blocks as clap for a shoebox of stacks. Tie you up, your mouth, they gon' put a tube sock in that. You getting braided, you get chicken head like 2 Project Pats. What you know about your third F? Calling for what? Being locked up with gangsters from Harlem and Brooklyn. Hands down, we ain't fucking with no snitches. It ain't always good when a hustler get attention. It ain't nothing worse than when a sucker know your business. That can put us in an uncomfortable position.
121 in Brisbane, niggas was selling rocks. Coming out shit, niggas had rocks in my mailbox. I told them niggas, yo, you gotta stop. cause where I live, y'all making shit kinda hot. Niggas said Cujo, we gon' play niggas for fools, yo. Niggas like dogs, they like Cujo. Niggas take food in the streets, fuck that, but niggas rock that. Niggas got your food, you gon' eat, we gon' get that, get back. Nigga will kick back, 4/5, got that kinda kick back to break your fucking shoulder off. Niggas, you boulder store. Niggas fucking throw you off the roof and show you saw. We don't give a fuck about none of y'all. We coming through big trucks, fuck that. We run over all of y'all. We coming back with the black Mac. Nigga better stop. Niggas got the cracks in they backpack. Niggas get your rack black. Niggas just black rap. Niggas get smacked with the black gat. This is what you call violence.
Oh yeah, Sion shot this one too.
Butcher coming, nigga. Let's go. Benny and Uncle Al. You know me, right? I keep it real with everything I do, and everything I say, and everything I love. My only wish was get my niggas rich, hold my family down, find a plug, yeah. I made it ugly in these streets, they talk computer on these records. Pull this tool out my boot and y'all gon' shoot towards the exit. When you raw compressing, you might look at a new car, a watch, or a new loft as a few small investments. My team was like a crush to me, I use y'all for leverage. We used to share clothes, now a suit cost the Lexus. The line hot, they wanna hear the truth on the record. Since I blew more, the feds got grew off direction. I'm too smart to catch me in a two-part confession. The jail cells grew on the stew all profession. They want my supplier, but he flew off to Texas. They identify the bosses through y'all possessions. Last 2 years, I've been running through all contestants. 4-pounder dragon, shit chew off your vests. Backflip a op, blow a shoe over fences. And you ain't get shot, but you caught the message. I keep it real with everything I do, and everything I say, and everything I love. My only wish was get my niggas rich, hold my family down, and find a plug. I had to turn that 1 to 2, turn that 2 to 3, and turn that to a dub. My only wish was get my niggas rich, hold my family down, and find a plug. Yeah. Let's go. I went all in with this shit, cause I got caught up in it quick. I drove it back 6 hours with my daughter in the whip. Ask Bundy, tell you since them state greens, I've been hungry. All this paper on the line, got my nerves all jumpy, yeah. Caught my first case and had to move into my pop's house. That ain't stop shit, I stashed work in my pop's couch. That same year they kicked me out of school, no, I dropped out. Another case, I chopped out. A lawyer and I copped out. Oh shit, I've been known since like the old clips. 16-hour road trip for the whole brick. Past the toes and tell my little bitch, had that stove lit. I'ma trap out this whole shit. Long as dope print, you get advice from war from a nigga that you know, bitch. I'm sitting down with lords who got it in. It been known hits. Ain't no awards for these broads and these coke flips. Niggas want my crown, yeah. Put it on, keep it real with everything I do, and everything I say, and everything I love. My only wish was get my niggas rich, hold my family down, and find a plug. I had to turn that 1 to 2, turn that 2 to 3, and turn that to a dub. My only wish was get my niggas rich, hold my family down, and find a plug. Niggas can't talk this shit like I talk it, cause niggas ain't been where I been. I told niggas that like 3 years ago. Who better than Griselda, nigga? Who did it like us, nigga? Yeah.
Niggas say they nice, but don't shake shit up like the Butch. I got a movie deal, but chillin', cause my real life like a book. Blue steel knife for the jook, so don't be that life that I took. And next time you sneak diss me, just pay me. I write the hook, now look who the bread earner. The east side Ted Turner. In his business, it's best to stay out your feelings to advance further. Can't shake the bitch, I told her, I get the neck, but I can't serve you. She not my type, but I pop to connect, so I can't curve her. Before a bullet wound, it was shit that permanently hurt me. In a wheelchair, it was hard to smile on my 36th birthday. Being honest, this could be karma I probably deserve in the first place. The shit I'm thinking about on the jet that's landing in Burbank. Fuck rap, we be back plugging whole units, the worst case. These jewels on my shirt say, bitch, come here, I don't skirt chase. Put this over, and that was my fourth felony, certainly. Got a warning, I be in Lewisburg right now if they search me. Locked in with plugs, so I know that shit y'all copping no good. To get the drop, I'm the type to send fiends to shop in your hood. I'm like 95 kg, nigga, I'm with the wolves. But me and City, Mike and Pippin for Rodman got to the Bulls. Before we talk paper, let's make a simple assessment. My little crypto investment was probably triple your necklace. On this episode of Flavor of Love, your bitch a contestant. So she don't never suck dick the first night. This an exception. Hide the paper somewhere safe for place them dicks won't expect it. Then calculate how long it's gonna take to get to your weapon. No love songs, I kept it gangster 24/7. You crying ass rappers, labels should send y'all niggas to Ellen. Hey yo, Butch, let me holla at you. Wait, chill, give me 1 second, nah. That niggas like hoes, you can talk when y'all done begging now. Let's talk about the shit that I did to become legend. Cause the money not enough no more, I want credit. The money not enough for this, feel like I made too much of it. 7-figure deal, tell my plug I'm still hustling. 10-year anniversary, Soprano still bubbling. A Buffalo nigga with a flow nobody fucking with. In the race I already won, I guess this lap was for victory. Doing songs with bigger acts, and they tell me that's going industry. But look back at my history, for the past 5 years, it's like my status been tripling. I get back with humility, make no excuses. Came to the conclusion that y'all should hate me. They wanna do this, but my shooter's been cutting off water lately. Too rich to incarcerate me on charges, them odds is shaky. The feds watch me get an M on TV like I'm Carson Daly. Streets tore me apart, my heart cold like an orphan baby. The pain, the reminder, I feel like these is the scars that made me. Had my best run when I lost shape. Of course it's crazy, I asked God to bring him back, pray jump out his coffin maybe. And all white like I ain't never sinned, but you would never win. How you gon' call me Hollywood bitch, and you ain't never been? You know my regiment, CLS Benz, that I ain't never in. First thing she do is tell a friend if I ever let her in. They wanna know how I'm up off records that they don't never spin. Another 10 steps ahead of them by the time it all settle in. When I drop, rappers fucked and this time they dead again. I got a closet full of measuring cups and their presidents, the butcher, nigga.
Sand beach, blood beach. Dance with the land, so it's clutch and he ugly. Bugs hung halo teach. Hugged by the map with a cable reach. 166 channels lit. The train that animal shit. Where the minds I redefine. Where's God? Buy car, kick tires. Back in 86, I lived for the four-course artistry. Metalwork took turns showing off colors and shit. Like I invaded a mating dance ritual. Criminal now. Why the things we find beautiful under my power? Elf and duck flashback motherfuckers is like, ow, why haven't we left yet? Dithering sideways, twang for youth and brain management truth. The vantage like, you can't touch the crush groove. I live on the lunch table, touch bagels, duck labels. Capital one, here alive for the terror on stables. Sign of ruckus. I'd rather be mouth fucked by Nazis unconscious. Calling on bomb threats. The radio reactivated, caress. Under hella 5 missile defense. Fenced in, better blame it on Fame City grin. Walk with a bag full of kittens. Take me to the river and throw yourself in. In about 4 seconds, the ether will begin to Who wanna hold hands with this sicko malnutrition and soak the new speak? Dissolve into the syncopated fragments of violence splashed on loose leaves. We can embrace on the business and in my face first. Joe burst the volcano suicide league. Dance with the vinyl monster. Devil in blue sky blind with clean conscience. Save the gesture. Can't save the children, we weren't worth the effort. I'm a caveman. Your modern ways frighten and confuse me. I watch your spirit box with the blinking lights and think, are those little people trapped in that box? Okay, man. But I do know converted, Mike Digital, A-Bus, Mackie, Avalon, compression, combined with A-Step perfected. Dirty words, paralyzed, crumbs, and infection. Infectious, insofar as the ineffectual beg for the lectures. Development arrested. Trapped in a cuckoo's nest, looking for the nexus. If it's wide like that, chop fire, infrared scope. Regulated, deep inside meditated.
Take my hands out my pocket, you can see my thumbs. Both of them turn green from counting ones. Memorized by the glory, world light. Cut off niggas who kill good but couldn't do nothing for me. Shout them out every once in a blue and kick Joe. I never rock with, long as they keep away, we cool. I devise my own stimulus, playing the niggerish. I'm tired of eating the crumbs and black licorice. To free my mind on Fridays, I cleanse in the mosque. Let the imam pray over my head.
Growing up is hard. The pressure to drink and take drugs is intense and sometimes dangerous. One group of kids has found an extreme way to just say no. They're called straight edge, and they're everywhere, challenging mainstream culture with a mixture of abstinence and vigilance.
We are a group of hardcore kids fighting back.
But this movement, committed to helping kids stay clean.
Do you like riffs like this? Or dancing like this? You coward! But if you do, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Finn McKenty. This is the Punk Rock MBA, and today we're here to talk about a genre that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is New York hardcore. Now, a lot of people have asked me to do like the history of New York hardcore, and I always said no for the very simple reason that I'm not qualified. I mean, I wasn't there. I'm from Seattle, so I'm not the guy to like tell you what it was like in 1985 at CBGB's, but I do think that I have something to say about this genre that hasn't really been touched on in a lot of the documentaries and other things that I've seen, which is kind of how it influenced the scene from that point forward. And that is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Before I get into it, I want to quickly plug two things. The first is I made a Spotify playlist for this with a bunch of my favorite New York hardcore songs, so if you're interested in that, there's a link in the description. And second, if you like this video or any of my other videos, I would love it if you give me a follow on Instagram. Oh, actually, there's three things. I also started a Patreon. There's a link to that in the description as well. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. Part 1, one night on cable TV. Back in the day, there was something called public access TV. Basically, it was a late night time slot where pretty much anybody could have a show. And one day in probably 1990 or 91, I was watching a public access show called Bomb Shelter Videos, which played punk, hardcore, and metal videos that were too obscure for Headbangers Ball to bother with.
Hey, hello, and welcome to Bomb Shelter Videos. My name's Billboard, and I'm your host for half an hour of underground garage band art, rap, noise, music, videos.
That night was my introduction to New York hardcore. I saw the video for Injustice System by Sick of It All. and I didn't know quite what to make of it because it didn't really fit into any slot that I knew of at the time. It was kind of punk, but kind of metal, but the guys in the band didn't really look punk or metal. They looked kind of normal, but I loved what I saw, so I bought the cassette used for like $4 or something, and although I didn't know that New York hardcore was a thing at the time, that was the beginning of what would end up being a pretty big part of my hardcore journey. And by the way, that first Sick of It All album is still one of my favorite hardcore albums of all time. Anyhow, from there I slowly learned that New York hardcore was a thing, mostly because of the MTV show Headbangers Ball, which would very occasionally play two important videos. The first was Anthem by Agnostic Front, and if you're not familiar with Agnostic Front, I highly recommend watching the documentary about them called Godfathers of Hardcore. It's very, very well done and tells their whole story, and it's accurately titled because they were definitely the ones who put New York hardcore on the map back in the 80s, and the ones who pioneered so many things that we now consider part of hardcore. And the second was We Gotta Know by Cro-Mags. I actually didn't like this song that much at first because it wasn't as metal as Agnostic Front, although I have since grown to love it since then, especially for the lyrics, which are very underrated. But I mostly just remember thinking that these guys seemed really dangerous and scary, which actually in hindsight wasn't wrong. But like I said, they didn't actually play these two videos very often, so although they did have an impact, I think there was a handful of other bands that probably had a bigger impact as far as making New York hardcore break through at the national or global level.
We came up with the name Agnostic, meaning in doubt of the absolute truth, and Front, meaning about group and organization.
Which brings me to part 2, the New York hardcore adjacent to MTV bands, and this is roughly 1990 to 94. I actually think the biggest gateway for kids my age getting into New York hardcore was via what I call the New York hardcore adjacent bands. These are bands that weren't exactly hardcore per se, but had some kind of roots or affiliation with the New York hardcore scene, kind of sounded like a more polished metal version of New York hardcore, and unlike the bands I mentioned, did get a lot of play on MTV. And I'll talk in more detail about these bands in another video, but the big ones would be Anthrax, Prong, Life of Agony, Typo Negative, and most of all, Biohazard. And I mentioned Biohazard specifically because the video for Punishment got a ton of airplay on MTV. And I didn't know this at the time, but it actually has a ton of like New York hardcore legends in the video, like Ezek, Paul Bearer, and Saab from Marauder, among many others. And I know for sure that this video is the gateway into hardcore for thousands and thousands of kids all over the world. Like I said, none of these bands were exactly hardcore. In fact, at the time, they were mostly disliked by the hardcore scene as far as I saw it. Really, what they did is open the door for the band that really made New York hardcore a national and eventually global thing, and that band is Madball.
Back here, Biohazard hosting Headbangers Ball today, and one of the bands today is Madball from New York, our brothers from New York. Yeah.
And why was Madball the key band? Well, they are as real of a hardcore band as any band has ever been or ever will be, but they had way better songs.